Well, I showed up to Red Team, and on Red Team were both Tech Sergeant Brown and Tech Sergeant Zerbe. Tech Sergeant Brown, he's a PJ, and he was known as the gentle giant. He was a big guy, but just like super soft-spoken, real quiet. But then when he did talk, it was really authoritative, and he really gave off the impression that he knew what he was doing. When you show up to the team, you have to yard into the team. It's basically like a yard of beer, which holds 6 beers. And he had the long-standing record of being able to finish the yard. It was a yard of Guinness that he yarded in with, and it was like 17 seconds that he finished it in. And they would say that he just like stood there and like just opened his throat, and the entire like yard disappeared. So he was like known for like this epic yard in that he did. Dan Zerbe, another PJ, the exact opposite of Dan Brown. Really talkative, really funny, always cracking a joke. One thing I remember that stood out is like everybody's packing up outside of our cages, and outside of his cage he had all of his like tough boxes set up that he was putting all of his gear into, and he had like maybe 2 bags of gear, and then he had 2 giant tough boxes, and it was all like morale type stuff. Like one was all for cooking, like there was like a pressure cooker, pots and pans, bags of rice, stacks of ramen noodles, and I was like, holy crap, this guy's like really prepping to like, I mean, because the bases we go to are not that bad. Like, you're pretty well set off. So I was like, man, he's really like packing out everything in his house to take on this deployment. So like his morale boxes, I was like, that's an art right there. And really, the way I like to think about it is like they were just individuals. There was no, they thought for themselves. They were both their own person. They were completely different. Like nothing about like the training or being in the military changed the way that they thought or the way their personalities were. Like they were just their own crazy, cool, independent people. So.